Malala Yousafzai is an activist campaigning for a world where every girl can learn and lead. She relentlessly works across the globe, fighting against key factors that can deprive a girl of her secondary education. She is the youngest winner of the Nobel Peace Prize. There are more than 130 million girls out of school today. In April 2017, she was designated a United Nations Messenger of Peace, the youngest so named. Malala was born in Mangora, Pakistan on July 12, 1997 and was raised as a Muslim. Her mother and father both encouraged education even although it was often discouraged in her culture. School was a love of Malala, but in 2011 the Taliban took control of her town in Swat Valley, and they banned girls from attending school. In some cases, schools for girls were burned to the ground. Malala spoke out publicly against this treatment. In her blog, at first using a pseudonym, she advocated education for all, wore everyday clothing and hid her school books, so she could continue to go to a school, arranged by her father. She was vocal on her blog about continuing her education and her opposition to the Taliban's ban, and appeared on television for a New York Times documentary. Her involvement in the blog then became known, and her father received death threats and they moved to a refugee camp. On 9 October 2012, on her way home from school, a masked gunman boarded the school bus she was on. He asked, "Who is Malala?" He shot her on the left side of her head. 2 other girls were shot, though Malala's wounds were most serious. She nearly died of her wounds. At a local hospital, doctors removed a bullet in her neck, and removed part of her skull to relieve pressure on her brain. The doctors gave her a 70% chance of survival. 10 days later she woke up in England and stayed there through her recovery. The United Kingdom invited Malala and her family to move there. A plate was put into her head, and a cochlear implant was fitted to counter the hearing loss caused by the shooting. Malala returned to school in March 2013 in Birmingham, England. At the same time she highlighted this as an opportunity to call for education for girls worldwide. The Malala Fund was born with help from her father and the assistance of Angelina Jolie and Shiza Shahid. In September 2014, just a month before the Nobel Peace Prize announcement, Pakistan announced they had arrested 10 men who had, under Taliban direction, carried out the assassination attempt. In April 2015, the men were convicted and sentenced. In 2018 Malala began studying philosophy, politics and economics at the University of Oxford. In 2020 Malala graduated. Malala shows us that perseverance and determination are key. Without it Malala would have lived a very different life. Whatever is holding you back from doing something, then think of the danger that Malala was exposed to and draw courage and inspiration from her perseverance and determination.